who is one of the two deputy directors of elections and IT at the NDC. Thank you very much for your time, and good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother. How are you doing?
I am doing well. In fact, there are many publications that are putting numbers to what you have been finding. First, tell us what you're finding and how you got to these numbers in the first place.
Okay, thank you very much. Good morning to your listeners and viewers. I don't know even how to start with it, because from a technical perspective, what we are encountering is not supposed to happen. Why am I saying that? The EC state registration, the offline, that is at the electoral area, and the district assembly. Now, the district assembly, they register people straight into the system, that is the online. They only go offline when they have a network problem. Once they go online, the data sinks back into the central system. So if I have registered at police station A, I expect my data to be at police station A and not the other way around. The same way, if I have transferred my data to another constituency, I must be in that constituency because it is a one system. So once ECG says the data, they just sync the data to us, and all the political parties have a copy. Now, what is surprising, after comparing the two data from 2023 and the 2024, what they've given to us, we've noticed that in the first place, we have over 50,000 dead people in the register, and it's still counting. In our estimation, we are thinking that we will have close to about 500,000 people dead in the register. Now, the surprise thing is that during the proxy, the EC did not take the fingerprints of those who want to do proxy. What this means is that anybody who thinks that he's dead can be given a proxy letter to go and vote on for that person. That is one bad thing about the EC system now. Now, in terms of the transfer, when I transfer from my police station to another police station, in the previous years, it was not a permanent transfer. What that means is that after voting and everything, the EC bring me back to where I was. But unfortunately, this time, we are doing what we call the permanent transfer. So once they transfer me straight into the EC, with my new police station, I am permanently there, and there's not going to be any transfer list there, but it's going to be absentee list. During the limited registration and during the transfer window, we tasked all our regional and constituency directors to take note and take numbers of everybody that has gone for the transfer. It is unfortunate that it has come out that a lot of constituencies, either the transfer has gone up or has gone down. Now, the excuse the EC is giving to us is that it's a provisional register and it needs to be corrected before the main register is given to us. Now, the question is, if you are exhibiting a provisional register, why then do you come out and say that the EC register is credible and fit for purpose? I'll not go much into details because the party is scheduled to do some press conference about this whole thing with the data available to us to display. So, and we also have a meeting with the EC. So I'll just speak much about it. As the various constituencies who are detecting these anomalies are coming out with press conferences and issuing a statement to the EC. You can talk of the Northern region, Eastern region, and the recent one, the Wutu Signal one. So that's what I will say for now.
Okay. First, I want to find out how do you identify the dead people?
Okay. When we got the EC register, we submitted the list the voters register to the region, and they forwarded it to the constituencies. So what they are doing is that they are identifying the people in the polling stations. You know, the polling station is a local area, so it's easy to identify people who are still alive or who are dead. Definitely, when you are in a local area, there's a funeral. You'll be able to know who is there and who is not there. So we gather all those documents, and as I said, I don't want to speak much into details about how we did everything. Once we do the press conference and everything, we'll show to the whole world and to the whole Ghanaians how we did everything to uncover those people.
And we were looking forward to that press conference. In the meantime, you said you have had an initial conversation with the EC because you said the EC says it's a provisional register. Is that to say they are in the interim admitting some of the things that you are drawing their attention to?
Yes, you know, we wrote a letter officially to them that we want to have an emergency meeting with them. Now they replied us that we will have the meeting with us on the 5th of September. So they have admitted, in fact, in the response to us, they admitted that this is a provisional register. That is why they are exhibiting it for people to come and correct it. But you see, there is a sense of when you are doing a provisional register, to the extent of some corrections that you need to be done. But these ones are major corrections. For example, how can somebody who has not gone to the EC physically to do transfer, but during exhibition, he has been transferred? That is in the case in the northern region, the physical issue. So these are big issues. Unlike the places where you say that, okay, my name has changed. Those are technical things that are about to happen. So exhibition normally is supposed to change. Maybe my name was not spelled wrongly or something. But to have me transferred to a place I have not applied to, and don't forget that when you apply for transfer, you have to be there physically. So I have not been to the EC office physically. How come during the exhibition, my name, my voter details has been transferred to another constituency? That is a huge problem. And that tells us that the EC register is not credible. Somebody is sitting somewhere and is trying to do some kind of manipulation. That is what we think is happening, and that must be stopped.
And I'll allow you to have that press conference. We'll speak to you subsequently. But thank you very much for sharing, speaking to us this morning. Yaya Kokudaku is Deputy Director of Elections and IT at the National Democratic Congress. They said they'll hold a press conference and put out what they've been finding. Additionally, they will also meet the EC. It says the EC has given them September 5 to meet them, to sit down and have a conversation with them on the issues that they are raising. And if you've been listening to us, you've spoken to Dr. Rashid Tanko, who is also one of the deputies to Dr. Edward Umani-Boama. But Nancy, Dr. Edward Umani-Boama himself is one of those who keeps writing about these things on Facebook. You do have the latest of what he wrote.
Yeah.
What is he saying?
Okay, so he says, fellow Ghanaians, without a forensic audit or parliamentary investigation of the voters' register, the register remains incurably defective. The Electoral Commission of Ghana refused to release the voters' register to the NDC on time ahead of the exhibition exercise. But with hard work, dedication, and patriotic zeal, the NDC across the country has proven that the register compiled by the EC is unfit for purpose. Without a forensic audit or thorough parliamentary investigation of the EC's voters register, the register will remain incurably defective. Forget about adjudication. It's obvious the register has deliberately been tampered with. They did not expect such thorough scrutiny that has unveiled the mountains of anomalies. The exhibition exercise has revealed avoidable problems which, if not resolved, can jeopardize the outcome of the 2024 elections. Now, constituency by constituency, based on polling stations' report, have revealed avoidable mistakes under the following headings. 1. Registered voters whose names are missing.
Registered voters whose names are missing. Okay.
2. Qualified voters who are placed on the exception list or the multiple list.
Okay. Exception list.
Yes.
Multiple list. Okay.
3. Disqualified people due to multiple registrations or successful challenges who are still on the main provisional voters register.
Okay.
4. People who have been transferred without their knowledge, in addition to old transfers that are still appearing on the register.
People who have been transferred without their knowledge. Okay.
Then 5. People who have been moved from one polling station to another polling station.
Okay. That one we even have a living witness here.
Yeah. Let me also add the awkward process that allowed voters to apply for proxy earlier this year without their biometrics being checked. As contained in the uploaded petition, the Parliament of Ghana must investigate the Electoral Commission. If Parliament fails, Ghanaians together with the international community must exert enough pressure on the EC to permit forensic audit of their system, including the register. Keep in mind that the theft of biometric voter registration, laptops and the CCTV surveillance at the headquarters of the EC remains unresolved, similar to the missing or stolen biometric verification devices. Series of public fora and demonstrations loading. Thank you. Eagle eyes. Organize. Don't agonize.
Interesting. Okay, so go through the issues once again for our listeners. So right. the issues that they are identifying after doing their own assessment of the register.
The first one, registered voters whose names are missing.
Registered voters whose names cannot be found
on the register.
Okay.
2, qualified voters who are placed on the exception list.
Qualified voters on the
who
exception.
Are placed on the exception list.
Okay.
Now, disqualified people due to multiple registrations or successful challenges, the one Patrick has been doing, who are still on the main provisional voters register.
So the person has been disqualified because somebody raised a challenge and the person was successful, but the person is still on the register.
The register, yes.
Oh, okay, so unqualified people on the register.
Thank you.
Disqualified.
Say it like that.
Okay.
4, people who have been transferred without their knowledge, in addition to old transfers that are still appearing on the register.
Okay, that is including what we heard about the Pusiga situation. Yeah. Where persons have been moved from Sanyarugu and Tamale South to Pusiga. That's the distance.
Yeah. So people who have been transferred without their knowledge, in addition to all transfers that are still appearing on the register.
So in addition to people who are not supposed to be on the register because they've transferred themselves, whose names are still on the register. Okay.
And I think some transfers were done in 2020.
Yes.
Those ones are still showing on the register.
Yes.
Yeah. So that is also there. Then people have been moved from one polling station to another polling station.
Moved from one polling station
to another.
To another one.
In my case.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where are you now?
Your former area.
Mabrook.
The park. Yeah.
Oh, you are not voting at Mabrook.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that we registered in 2020. So as of now, to be frank with you, me, I haven't gone to check my name. I haven't been there. So on the day of registration of voting, that's where I will know where I will be. If they take me to Sogakofe, I will thank them very much. But this will bring chaos because not many already. Because when you register initially, you go to check to be sure your details are correct in the register. So we registered in 2020. We went for the exhibition exercise. We knew where we were supposed to be voting. Now, if a new registrant, if somebody goes to register at the same place, they realize the numbers are up, you create a new polling station and move them there. Yeah. The old voters have no business going back to see whether or not their names are correct. Their names are already been, the rectifications have been done. But in this case, Nancy, who votes at the same place as myself, we chose a close place because of our work. We know we'll be sitting in studio on the day. So we chose a very close place because of our work. Now, we vote at the same place. Nancy then decides, oh, let me go and check if my name is still there. She goes and she's been taken to Marbrook. Marbrook is the same constituency, but it's far from where we are supposed to vote, so that we can just take a walk to the office and continue our work. So that is an issue, because Nancy is an old registrant there. Why move her? Does that make sense? So that is something that we have seen. So Nancy is the second case here. Here at Radio Gold alone. Yes.
Isaku has been voting for the past how many years?
Yes. Old man power.
Yes, that's old man, 70-something-year-old.
Yes. So it's something that we have seen ourselves. And the EC needs to explain why that is happening. How come old voters who have voted at a particular polling station now have to worry about where they will vote, whether or not their names are even on the register in the first place? Let's speak to Honorable Phyllis Nakoyo Okuno, who is the NDC parliamentary candidate for Ewutu Senya East. Thank you very much for your time. Good morning to you, Phyllis.
Yeah, good morning. How are you?
I'm well. I hope you are too.
Yes, right.
My friend always says, problem no the end for Kaswa. So, are you finding the same issues, or for the first time, Kaswa is not part of the issue?
Oh, problem not the end for Kaswa. So, this morning, good morning for your cherished listeners and US, EC, concerning EC.
Hello, Phyllis.
Yeah, hello.
Your line keeps breaking.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes. Okay. Let's try again and see.
Okay. With a came.
Okay, Phyllis, please let's call you back on another line. Phyllis Nakoyo Okuno is NDC parliamentary candidate for Ewutu Senya East. Why not say I lie? Problem the end for Casa. So also that one there. I know we have many listeners in Casa.
Yeah, special people,
but you have problem with the end for Casa.
Yeah, special.
So these are very interesting things that need to be dealt with. And the things Nancy has listed, you see, our voter margins. How we even got a 1 million vote difference between John Mahama and Akufo-Addo in 2016 was something that everybody has been nodding their heads over for some, scratching their heads. We are trying to understand up to now. Even the 500,000 that happened in 2020 is something that we are scratching our head over. So, because historically, the margins have been close. Very, very close. So, there are many issues that need to be addressed. Let's go and speak to Phyllis once again. Phyllis?
Yeah, hello.
Yes, it's far better now. You said your place, not many problems, except one issue you have with the Electoral Commission.
Okay, so after the register, I called for an audit into the register to make sure that whatever information has been given us tallies with our records showing the registration. And so we found out that in Kaswa or the Utuka East constituency, we have 13 electoral areas. So in Walantu, we had one duplicate Walantu. In Opekuma electoral area, we had 3 duplicates. In Iron City electoral area, we had 1 duplicate. In Akwele electoral area, we had 2 duplicates. Then in Joe 9 Pomete electoral area, we have 561 duplicates. So I'll make it total number 568 duplicates across the constituency. So we woke up yesterday to see that, for instance, let me go to ICG. The polling station code B12071 7 ICGC Church, Kaswa, number 2. So we'll find out that name Atiku, fine, age 29, sex, male, voter ID code 555 307082. In the same book, on the right hand side, name Divine Atiku, the same picture, sex male, age 29, voter ID code 111507022. And this is not one, this is not two, as I said earlier. We have 568 of them in our register. We are calling for more transparency in the EC register, because we know even when the NDC requested or it's been requested for the EC register, it took some time, and we know that we have as at today with 99 days to the election. We are asking that when will this be rectified? And we're also asking, calling for a free and more transparent explanation the existence of the duplicate records we have. The issues that we are raising are the data validation and how it's done, whether the public deserves clarity on the data validation which will be implemented by the EC, and also the accuracy of the voter record, so that we can prevent all these discrepancies from register. We also requested that we need the database management evidence, which is to say that the EC should provide evidence that their database management system is equipped to effectively track and manage changes in the voter record, because this go a long way in helping us access whether the system is built or other underlying issues can be raised. We are also requesting for audit findings, because we demanded to disclose findings from the independent audit or verification conducted on the voter register. Independent assessments are crucial for verifying the credibility of the register and also identifying the potential manipulation. Now, when it comes to the effectiveness of the biometric verification system must be demonstrated. You know, this includes the evidence that the biometric systems are functioning correctly and are capable of preventing duplicate registration. The NDC is also calling for automatic registration protocols. Now, the EC should outline the protocols in place for investigation addressing anomalies within the voter register. I'm not sure if Kaswa is the only place that these anomalies have been identified. I'm sure as the days go by, there are a lot of constituencies that would also raise issues. Before I came on the air, I heard you talk about people being transferred from one polling station to the other. During the assembly election, we saw that in Kaswa as well. A friend, Alaji Faj, who's been voting for God knows how long at the police station, polling center, the old urban council, was there together with me. When we got there, his name was not there. It happened that his name appeared at the Odubonpehi Dongo Park. So his vote was transferred from the state to the Odubonpehi Dongo Park, which is not his regular place of voting. The gravity of it is that a lot of things can happen on the registration, on the voter register, if we are not being vigilant or being careful. And in this 2024 election, we want the EC play the election free and fair. This is the second independence of our country. After everything that the country has gone through in the last 8 years, His Excellency John Mahama made mention that we have gone through the time of a horror movie in the last 8 years, and we want to wake up to our sanity. We want to wake up confronting our goals. We want to wake up seeing Ghana change. We want to wake up seeing that the dollar rate now. We want to wake up seeing development in our various constituencies. And if the EC is not credible, or the EC is not behaving to be credible, then the NDC would want to advise us. We are stakeholders in this game, including all the other political parties, and we are calling on all the civil society organizations, the general public, and everybody to closely monitor the situation at hand. We just calling for transparency and accountability of the EC so that they can clear off this duplicated names and have the register clean as soon as possible, so that we can proceed with whatever steps we want to take as a political party.
And I'm guessing because of the decentralization of the EC, you have a district directorate that who you can ask questions of, who you can ask to address these issues. Have you spoken to them? What explanations are they giving to you?
They haven't yet. We are yet to get response from.
Nothing as yet.
Yes, please.
So
yet to get response.
These duplicate names remain on the register.
Yes.
Oh. Now, thank you very much for speaking to us this morning.
Thank you too.
Yeah.